we are, we made it. This is the last one. Anyway, never thought we'd get here. All right, well, we're going to look at this thing, the intersections of graphs. So we're going to answer this last question here, number 4. Find the intersections of the function y equals 2x on the domain 1 to 2. Okay, so we're going to look at that over here, and this is the question we're going to answer. We're going to find the points of intersection of this function and this function on this domain. Then we're going to answer another question that's related to that. We'll see how those are related. Anyway, so on our graphing calculator, let's go to y equals, and we're going to enter those two functions. So if you haven't done that, do that again. Well, the first function is the one that should be entered in our calculator. The second one is y equals 2x. Okay, so I have those entered into my calculator. Double check to see if you have those right. And also make sure that both equal signs are highlighted because we want to graph both of these. Now, fortunately, we're given a domain, so that makes it easy to graph them. Remember, the easiest way to do that is to set the window setting at x minimum 1, x maximum 2. That's our domain. And then zoom 0. And now it's going to graph both of those functions. And nicely, we can see that that intersects in just one place. So we're going to calculate the intersection point. So I hit the second function, and trace gives me calculate. And I'm going to hit number 5, which is the intersection. And just like before, we have to go to the left of it, to the right of it, and then hit calculate. But in this case, it asks us which curve we're looking at, because we could have more than 2 curves there, and it's going to want to know which 2 curves. So it doesn't automatically know that it's the only 2 curves there. So it says first curve, and it shows the first curve up here, so it doesn't matter where the cursor is, just hit enter. The second curve, and it shows the second curve up here, so those are the ones that I want. So I hit enter there. Now, it's going to just ask me to guess. Actually, I don't have to give it a range. So I'm going to put my cursor about where that intersection point is and hit enter. Now it gives me an x and a y coordinate, and that is my intersection point. So I've answered the first question. The x is 1.3596501, and the y coordinate is 2.7193003. So we answered the first question. Let's go ahead and look at that. So here's the intersection point, and we have it written here. Now, there's a related question to this you might want to know. So we found the intersection points of these 2 functions on this domain. The other question that's related is solve this equation. Notice the left-hand side looks like equation 1, y1, and the right-hand side looks like this one. So if I wanted to find out where these 2 things are the same, it would happen at the x coordinate that gives the same y value. So if I plug in this x coordinate into that one, it gives me this y value, and if I plug in this x coordinate into that one, it also gives me this y value. So that x coordinate actually solves this equation. So the answer to this, the solution is x equals 1.3596501. Okay, so that's it. So we had actually answered an extra question here that's related to that, but it's an important one. Anyway, that concludes our video series. So all you have to do is complete that quiz and you'll be done. And I'll see you in class. Have a great summer.